We have Binance under increasing regulatory scrutiny for more criminal activities, and fraud being one of them, and therefore we have the competition to Coinbase. Really, we think it's disappearing, and so that's a good thing longer term for Coinbase.
The world's two largest cryptocurrency exchanges are currently under regulatory scrutiny, as the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has filed allegations against them for trading unregistered securities. In an interview with Bloomberg Television, Cathie Wood shared her belief that this regulatory scrutiny, particularly on Binance, could have positive long-term effects on Coinbase. While criminal charges have not been filed against Binance or its representatives, the U.S. regulator for derivatives took civil enforcement action against Binance CEO, Changpeng Zhao, and affiliated entities for multiple violations of the Commodity Exchange Act and CFTC regulations. Binance expressed disappointment and surprise at the action, with Zhao stating that the complaint lacks complete factual information and disputing the characterization of many alleged issues. Wood clarified that Coinbase, on the other hand, has not faced any criminal accusations. In response to the SEC's actions, Wood's funds increased their holdings of Coinbase shares, which had experienced a decline. Wood remains confident in her $1 million target for Bitcoin and sees potential in Coinbase, highlighting the company's resilience and opportunities despite the current challenges it faces.
Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to drop your comment and observations in the comment section below. Thanks and enjoy the video.
What we're seeing is that the judicial and legislative branches of our government, separation of powers, are starting to weigh in on this topic. And the regulator, the SEC, is part of the executive branch appointed by the president. And as we're seeing cases go through court in the judicial system, the the judicial system is questioning the SEC's decisions here. And so we think this is a good thing. We actually think this is going to be in the courts and in legislation for perhaps years. And what has happened in the meantime? We have Binance under increasing regulatory scrutiny for more criminal activities, and fraud being one of them, and therefore we have the competition to Coinbase. Really, we think it's disappearing, and so that's a good thing longer term for Coinbase. The more uncertainty and volatility there is in the global economies, the more our confidence increases in Bitcoin. And one of the reasons is we've just been through an inflationary scare. We think it was very much supply chain driven, and Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation. We also believe now that the bigger risk is deflation, not inflation. And why would Bitcoin do well in that circumstance? It would do well because it's an antidote to counterparty risk in the traditional financial system. On the Bitcoin blockchain, everything is transparent. It may be pseudonymous, but we can see all the transactions, all of the activity, and therefore we have a much better understanding of how little counterparty risk there is in the blockchain world. The SEC sued Binance on one day, and then the next day, Coinbase. And they were trying to put them in the same bucket. They are not at all in the same bucket. We have two former officials of Binance US coming forward, and actually we now understand that they have been working with regulators and the government generally to help the government understand how Binance US was not separate and distinct from Binance International, and how much CZ controlled Binance US, and how much of Binance's data was in China and how much commingling of funds there were. Coinbase is not accused of any of this. And it is unfortunate that the SEC took action against Coinbase the day after Binance and then seemed to muddy. Chairman Gensler, as he was on one of the major news channels, was trying to implicate Coinbase in the same way that he was implicating Binance. No. They're very different. There are questions about what's a security and about staking. Those are the two questions that Coinbase is facing and Binance is facing. But most of the other questions around Binance have nothing to do with Coinbase.
ARK Investment, currently the fourth largest holder of Coinbase, has been consistently increasing its stake in the cryptocurrency exchange over the past year. However, according to a report by Binance Feed, these investment decisions by ARK and its CEO, Cathie Wood, may lead to regret in the future. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission recently accused Coinbase of failing to comply with U.S. regulatory laws and prioritizing profits over investor interests, resulting in a market reaction that caused a 13% drop in Coinbase stock value. Historically, the SEC has been known for its strict stance on cryptocurrencies, often imposing confusing and seemingly arbitrary regulations. While Wood recognized the regulatory threats faced by U.S. companies, she might not have anticipated the crackdown to occur so soon. With around 11 million shares of Coinbase stock in her portfolio, these developments pose a potential disaster for ARK Investment, and Cathie Wood if Coinbase continues to face losses amidst the regulatory challenges. As of June 6, 2023, Wood or her firm had not responded to the lawsuit against Coinbase or the subsequent decline in its stock price. It is evident that the crypto industry and U.S. regulatory landscape are experiencing significant struggles, and even an experienced investor like Wood cannot fully account for the unpredictable actions of the SEC. Wood has previously faced criticism for missing out on an epic rally in Nvidia Corp due to concerns about the industry's boom-bust cycle. However, she remains confident in companies like Tesla, highlighting its potential in the artificial intelligence space. What are your thoughts on Cathie Wood's stance regarding the Binance issue? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section below. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these two awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.